living in America as a black man or woman can be very taxing because you're in constant conflict with a lot of different things that you may not understand. For instance, we live in a Greco-Roman culture in this country and all over the world as far as where white rule is the order of the day. So if you're an African person or a person of African descent, you have a different set of traditions, you have a different set of morals, you have a different spiritual system, you have a different demeanor, you have a different personality. But all of these things are unbeknownst to you because you've been indoctrinated into the Greco-Roman way of life. Myself, I've strived most of my life to reconnect with my African personality because the African personality and the European Western personality are different. And I've strived to reconnect with my African history, my African heritage, my African vibe, my African culture, the way I think, the way I talk, the way I react to situations are all rooted in Greco-Roman and white culture. And I can admit that because I've seen it in myself and I've seen it in others as well. I've seen it in people striving to get away from the European culture and the European mindset and the European thinking because there's a difference. And we live here in the country where the whole setup of the country is a Greco-Roman European flavor. So you constantly find yourself at odds with different things, different topics, different such as sex or homosexuality, and that's all things that are I won't say homosexuality and sex and all that is just a European thing because you can't say that, but I can say this: whatever we were doing in Africa is different than what the Europeans were doing. Everything we do is different. Everything that the African does, or most things that the African does because of where the African comes from, the magical place Africa, the place where animals and medicine and all these resources come from. It's just a beautiful, magical, mystical place. Your mindset is going to be different if you come from that place. If you come from where the Europeans come from, your mindset is going to be different because of where you come from. So I say that to say that whatever we were doing, we have arguments about if we have homosexuals in Africa. If we did, you can best believe that it was nothing compared to what the European is doing. We don't do things the same. So I'm not sure. Well, my own personal opinion, as I said, I don't believe that we had what they call homosexuals in Africa. I've been to the British Museum, one of the most homosexual countries. I've been to England, to Paris. In the museum, I didn't find any evidence of African homosexuality in the art in the museums or anything of that nature. If it was there, I'm sure that they would have been more than happy to display it right alongside of their Greco-Roman potteries and sculptures and whatnot. They would have been more than happy to show us that, yeah, y'all was doing it too. So in trying to reconnect with your own Africanness and your own people and your own culture and your own way of doing things, and yet still live in Rome at the same time is really taxing. You know what I'm saying?